Here is something many men don't understand: a hug can tell a woman everything about you. Your confidence, your emotional maturity, even your attraction. You may say all the right phrases, dress the part, and play the role, but the instant you hug her, she feels the reality. Because touch does not lie. It's direct communication deprived of pretense. And when done perfectly, a simple hug can spark something in her that words never could. Many men hug without intention. They rush it, or they make it too cautious and too hesitant. What they do not understand is that women are naturally wired to pick up little signals of confidence and emotional safety through physical contact. She doesn't only feel your arms. She feels your vitality, your calm, or your turmoil. And in that very short moment, her body determines if you are a person she can trust or someone she has to protect herself from. Let us be honest, attraction is not about physical beauty. It is about emotional involvement. Whenever you hug a woman, she is not noticing your muscles or fragrance first. She is noting if your vibe grounds her or irritates her. If your hug feels rushed or desperate, she feels discomfort. But when your hug feels calm, confident, and comfortable, she feels safe. And safety, not flashiness, is what stimulates desire. Because here's the reality: safety and attraction are not enemies. They are partners. A woman can only allow herself to seek what she feels secure with. That is why certain men, without even trying, make an everlasting impression, not because they said something humorous, but because how they touched her screamed volumes. Your purpose is not to make her feel something. It is to become a kind of man whose energy stimulates emotion. When she is in your arms, your calm nature should inform her she is free to let go, even for just a moment. That is when the emotional bond strengthens. So, before you think of a hug as a mere greeting, understand this: a hug is a form of communication. It is a test, an exchange, and an impression all at once. It is how she unconsciously judges your confidence and your intent. And once you learn to do it well, you'll never have to worry if she feels the connection, because she will show it in ways she will not understand herself. Have you ever hugged a lady and felt something change? Like she held on a bit longer than necessary. Perhaps it was not random. Perhaps she felt something you did not even say. The secret to a passionate hug starts long before your arms ever reach her. It begins with your vitality. Many men believe women respond to physical proximity, but what actually affects her is emotional compatibility. If your words suggest one thing, but your vibe is uncertain, she'll notice it immediately. A woman's instinct is sharper than many men think. She could feel hesitation or discomfort in the way you conduct yourself, the way you breathe, and even in the way you keep eye contact before hugging her. So, when you hug her, do it from an angle of relaxed confidence, not from an angle of desire or nervousness. Don't overthink it. Don't try to make it signify something. You are not acting, you are connecting. Your body language should indicate, I'm firmly grounded, I'm comfortable. When your presence communicates that calm confidence, she relaxes. And that is when her attraction starts to show up, since attraction is not ignited by force. It's ignited by emotional safety blended with masculine stability. When you open your arms, do it gently, naturally, not as if you are grabbing, but as if you are welcoming. Let her enter into your space naturally. That little transformation from taking to inviting changes everything, because women are not attracted to pressure. They are attracted to contradictions, the vibe of a man who can take charge without dominating, who can be soft without being weak. And when she comes in, don't instantly squeeze her. Take a slight pause. Feel her presence first. Let the nervousness settle before the contact intensifies. That short pause shows control, compassion, and awareness, all subconscious signs of confidence. Then, when you do hold her, do that with strong but relaxed energy. Not too loose, not too tight. A confident guy doesn't cling. He hugs. What she feels in that moment is not only your body, it's your emotional condition. If your breathing is calm and your posture strong yet relaxed, she feels anchored. Her nervous system reflects yours. That is when her body starts to connect peacefully with you. And that is powerful, since if a woman connects you with calmness and grounded vitality, she doesn't just want to be close to you, she desires it. It is not about seduction. It's about connection. A man who can hold space, even for some seconds, without trying to prove himself creates a memory that lives much beyond the hug. That is what makes her think of you later without understanding why. It is not supernatural. It is presence. And presence is something only a few men ever master. When you hug a woman, the most effective thing you can do is not physical, it's emotional calm. The reason many men fail to create an unforgettable impression is because they rush the moment. They hug like they're checking a box. They don't realize that a woman can sense the whole condition of your nervous system the moment your bodies meet. If you feel anxious, she senses it. If you are trying to impress her, she senses that too. But if you're relaxed, centered, and softly confident, her whole body relaxes without her even realizing why. This is because touch, particularly in a hug, stimulates the production of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's nature's way of creating connection. But here is what few individuals know: oxytocin only operates favorably when safety and honesty are present. If she notices any strain or hidden intent behind your hug, her body fights it. But if your hug feels anchored, like you are not asking for anything, not looking for approval, her guard drops immediately. In that moment, she feels both peace and curiosity. So, how do you create that calmness? Simple. Relax. As you hug her, take a deep, natural breath. Don't rush it. Let your breath set the beat. When you breathe deeply, you unconsciously encourage her to match your pace. Her heartbeat starts to match with yours. Her breathing relaxes, and she feels hugged, not trapped. That is the difference between a hug she forgets and a hug that lingers in her mind days later. But there is another layer to this. The angle of your hands counts more than you realize. Keep one hand gently on her upper back, firm enough to anchor her, delicate enough to soothe. The other should rest around her mid-back, never roaming, never unsure. That balance between power and control builds trust. It shows her that you understand your power and you choose to use it with compassion. That is what makes her feel safe and fascinated. When you pull away, don't rush to cut off eye contact. Look at her for just a moment. Not with desire, but with calm comfort. That is what leaves the echo. Because that prolonged second of eye contact says, "I'm not desperate for you, but I see you." That's what attracts her over and over again. A hug like that does not require words. It speaks a language older than reasoning, the language of masculine calm. And when you perfect it, she won't only recall how your arms felt. She will recall how she felt in them. There is something almost primal about how a woman reacts to a man's vitality during a hug. She may not be actively thinking about it, but her body senses it. These minor signs, the consistency of your breathing, the firmness of your hold, the calmness in your movements, they tell her more about who you are than a whole conversation ever could. And if the energy is right, she feels something changing deep inside her that she cannot explain. Here is what many men don't understand: they consider the hug like a transaction. They hug her simply because they want her to feel something for them. But genuine connection develops when you hug her because you already feel something inside yourself. A woman can tell if a man is whole, when his calmness doesn't originate from her reaction but from his own self-control. That's the type of presence that makes her lean in without knowing it. When you hug her, your purpose is not to take something. It's to share your anchored energy. You are not trying to convince her that you are strong or competent. You are just showing it by the way you exist at that time. And that calm confidence, that absence of need, is what makes her desire develop. Now, here is the psychological aspect that many individuals ignore: if you hold her with calm strength, her nervous system instantly begins to connect with yours. Her body becomes more relaxed, her mind softens, and for just a moment, her barriers drop. That is not manipulation, that's emotional connection. It's how two people synchronize energy. And the more she connects you with that feeling of peace, the more she will desire your company. After the hug, don't rush to fill the silence. Don't joke. Don't talk too soon. Let the calmness remain for a few seconds. That's the period where her emotions catch up to what just transpired. When you move back gently with eye contact that's soft yet steady, she feels both anchored and challenged. Because now she's wondering, why did it feel different? Why do I want more of that? This is where many men lose the moment. They talk themselves out of the enigma, but your power is in the pause. The pause helps her reflect, evaluate, and feel. It is what keeps her energy captivated long after you have let go. A perfectly timed, calm, confident hug provides her with one overwhelming impression, that being close to you feels like balance. And the moment she connects you with balance, with peace, with safety that doesn't smother, she will find it difficult to let go. Because every woman desires one thing deep down, a guy who feels like home. Here's what transpires later, and here is where the true charm lies. When you pull away from that hug, the way that you exit the situation counts just as much as how you got into it. Many men make the mistake of compensating too much. They either stay too long, trying to cling on to the moment, or they pull away too quickly, scared of looking too committed. Both are energy leaks. The secret is balance. A gradual, controlled release that shows her you're in charge but yet totally present. As you let go, your body language should communicate what your mouth doesn't: straight posture, compassionate eyes, and a slight knowing smile. Not the smile of a man trying to impress, but of a man who understands his value. This generates emotional contrast. The hug anchored her. The space afterwards makes her curious, and curiosity is attraction's breathing.